Welcome to Diets or Fattening on YouTube, where today I'm going to go over 4 questions that I received on our Facebook private group and at YouTube on our comments below, so that I can help you battle your way out of your diet mentality into your healthy, thin mentality, which is, of course, reasonable behavior guided by common sense instead of a money-grubbing diet industry that is determined to make you feel like you need all this programming and different special foods and all this in order to be a happy, healthy, thin person. And of course you don't. So first question had to do with someone who was just embarking on building a healthy, thin mentality and is wondering when all the cravings for the junky food are going to go away. That's a great question, and this is what I want to say. When you first begin ditching your diet mentality and replacing it with a healthy, thin mentality, right? You don't want to leave a vacuum. So if you say, I'm just going to stop dieting, you need to replace that with different behavior, right? So make sure that you do that by taking the effort to understand what a healthy, thin mentality is and how to guide yourself there. Not by listening to rules, by listening to you, okay? So in the first stages of building your healthy, thin mentality, and I talk all about this in the workbook to help you through this, but in the first stages, the thought that you can eat whatever you want is overwhelmingly different. You know, you're used to going down the grocery store aisles, I'm not going to look there, I'm going to get this, I'm not going to get this, or I'm not dieting, so I'm going to get all this, cruddy food, and then I'm going to eat it, and then in a couple weeks I'll go on a diet. All that kind of thought. That is now something that you do not want to engage in. Now you're tuning into what am I craving? What do I want right now? And that is your guide. Instead of I ate this yesterday, or I'm going to go on a diet tomorrow. You stay in the present and you choose the food that you want. In the beginning, you probably, I did, and many people have a little fiesta, let's say, with the foods that have been forbidden for perhaps decades, as they were for me, even though I would binge on them. And so you tend to eat foods that you will not continue to want. You're like, wow, if I'm hungry for a cupcake, I can have it. And so you eat it. And over time, the thrill of that goes away. It's very normal in a human biologically driven body that when you are denied something, you tend to want it. So when you stop denying yourself, your true food personality emerges. So in the beginning, if you find that you're craving a lot of stuff like that, make sure that you're actually craving it and that you're not living in that, I'm just trying this healthy, thin mentality thing where I can eat what I want and not feel bad, and eventually I'll probably just diet again. If you have that thought in your head, it will totally change your behavior in the present, which is not what you want. What you want is to connect to your cravings, connect to what your body's asking you for. And your body will definitely sometimes ask you for some high caloric food, some sweet food. Of course, that's fine, that's normal. But if you're finding that over and over and over again and you're not letting go of that, just ask yourself, am I craving that? Is my body craving that? Or am I just pushing myself towards that because I usually am not ever allowed to eat that? And again, in the workbook, I go over how to differentiate those things, and I'm not trying to push that. I'm just telling you that these are really good questions, and there are answers for them. And I hope you're getting what I'm saying here. It's about listening to your body, not playing mind games in, I know I probably won't be able to letting myself have that anytime soon, so I'm going to crave that. Listen. It's passive. It's listening. It's active to listen, but you're not telling your body what to crave. You're waiting to hear. Okay, I hope that's helpful. Another question was, should I eat food with preservatives? Okay, when you get the hang of connecting eating with hunger, when you get that down, that's the first step. But I don't want to put the cart before the horse. Once you get really good at hearing hunger and going, okay, I'm hungry now, I need to eat now, then you can go to the next step, which is, what would nourish me the most? I'm talking about a step beyond just what you're craving. I'm talking about you're hungry, and let's say you're craving bread, and you're like, okay, I'm hungry, and I know I'm craving bread. That's great. And then you have choices in bread, and you're like, okay, am I craving the really plain white bread, or would I also really enjoy the whole grain, no preservative bread? Okay, common sense. When you have a choice like that and your body's happy with either, well then yeah, perhaps choose the one with no preservatives. Why not, right? That kind of thinking is what you want. Common sense. If you have a choice and you're truly happy with either choice, I tend to choose the thing that I know, just because, whole grains, yeah, they're more healthful. Everyone knows that. Yeah, leafy greens and all that. We know what food is healthy. We know that. But let your body guide you there. And when your body drives you to want bread, then and your body truly isn't saying, because sometimes I know for me, I want white sourdough bread, which I guess isn't the most nutritious. I don't care. I'm eating that. But on a day where I'm craving bread and I don't care, then I'll maybe ask myself, how would I feel about eating this whole grain? And if it's like, yeah, that sounds good, then you have it. Common sense, listening to your body. Another great question was, someone said that you've been doing this, but randomly they joined Weight Watchers the other day. Now, this is someone who's in our private group. And yeah, that happens to people because you kind of go in and out of this. Like, I can't believe I'm going to be able to do this. All the messaging tells me I need guidance, program, and I need to be given rules and blah, blah, blah. And that's what we hear all the time. So don't be surprised that sometimes you fall prey to that. I did many, many times. I understand it. It's too bad that it's so powerful, but it is. So in order to combat that power, you have to replace that. Again, you don't want to leave a vacuum with healthy, thin mentality, thoughts, the mantras, tape them up on your mirror in the morning, like your favorite ones, and reconnect with that on a daily basis, guys. You won't have to do that forever at all. But when you are like a little lamb going out in the sea of wolves with this healthy, thin mentality, when it's diet, 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 and you have to arm yourself. You have to get a little tough here in the beginning in terms of deflecting all the nonsense. So you have to actively help yourself do that, right? And if you fall prey to Weight Watchers commercials or whatever, forgive yourself. Go off of it. Do not do it. Do not do it. You'll just end up back here heavier. And just say to yourself, okay, this is the kind of messaging I've received my whole life, and that's why I'm in a bind now. That's why I'm heavy, because I kept doing the diets that left me heavier and heavier. Okay, the last question. This actually was more of a comment, and it's fantastic. It's someone who used to enjoy exercise as a child, as a kid, as a teenager, and then through all the diet misery, kind of lost that, and now is reemerging and going, wow, I really like a certain kind of exercise. She posted a really cute picture of herself. Yes, that's what a healthy, thin mentality is all about. It's reconnecting with the joy of eating for hunger, of exercising because it feels good, and of listening to your body. And the power and the benefit of this will permeate your life in other ways, not just around food, because you'll go, wow, all those other people are doing this, but I'm doing this. And you're going to feel a little bit special and a little bit powerful because you're seeing through the junk and you're connecting into the wisdom that's in you, guys, that's been in our bodies. We are not new to this planet, and we've been around, and our bodies have adapted over a couple 100,000 years at least. And if you think you can shut all that down and just turn a deaf ear to it and going to eat according to what Marie Osmond says, you're incorrect. Connect with you. And these great questions, I really appreciate. Keep asking them. Please like, share, and subscribe. And you can do this if you have those doubts in your head. Remember, everything that we talk about here is so common sense. Nothing's weird. Common sense. Yes, you can do this. Thanks for watching.